Good afternoon, class. My name's Maylette Joaquin, and today we will be learning about the order of operations. Our main goal today is to learn how to solve math problems that have more than one operation in them. Order of operations can be remembered with the saying, "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally." The letters P, E, M, D, A, and S in the saying spell out PEMDAS. In math, the word PEMDAS stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, and addition and subtraction. You may have noticed that I put numbers next to each operation. This is because with PEMDAS, we have to follow a certain rule, which is we always solve what's inside the parentheses first. After that, we move on to solving for exponents. After this, we move on to multiplication and division, and we end off with addition and subtraction. We also have to take note that when we are solving for multiplication and division and addition and subtraction, we always move from left to right. This simply means that we solve for either multiplication or division and addition and subtraction by whichever comes first in the problem. Now let's take a look at an example problem. Notice that down here I have provided the order of operations for you. For our example, we will be solving the problem of 1 plus 2 times 3 to the third minus 6 divided by 2. So to start off our problem, we have to look back at our order of operations. This tells us that we have to solve for our parentheses first. Now let's look back at our problem. In our problem, we have 1 plus 2 inside our parentheses. So when we solve for 1 plus 2, we get 3. And now we write out the rest of our equation. We get 3 times 3 to the third minus 6 divided by 2. Next, according to our order of operations, we move on to solving for our exponents. In our problem, we have 3 to the third, which is an exponent. So when we solve for that, we get 3 times 3 to the third, which is 27, minus 6 divided by 2. Next, order of operations tells us to solve for multiplication and division. Now remember that when we're solving for multiplication and division, we have to go from left to right, depending on whichever comes first. In our problem, we have both multiplication and division. Because multiplication is on the left side and comes before the division, we solve for 3 times 27 first. When we multiply 3 times 27, we get 81. And then we write out the rest of our equation. So we get 81 minus 6 divided by 2. Our next step in this problem is to solve for 6 divided by 2. Because according to order of operations, before we can move on to addition and subtraction, we have to complete multiplication and division. So when we do division, we have to write out 81 minus 6 divided by 2, which gives us 3. Our final step for this problem, according to order of operations, is to add and subtract. Because our problem doesn't have addition, we can simply go ahead and subtract 81 minus 3. When we subtract 81 minus 3, we get a total of 78. And that brings us to the end of our problem. So by using order of operations, or PEMDAS, we were able to solve for our problem, which was 1 plus 2 times 3 to the third minus 6 divided by 2, and get a total of 78. Congratulations, you finished the lesson. Now you should be able to solve using the order of operations. We'll see you back here next time for our next math lesson.